Editor, and here with a new product review, and this time I want to share with you Armageddon. At the end I have been lucky enough to have a copy of Armageddon. I have to thank the Games Workshop store of Brussels. They helped me out to have this copy. It was really not copy for everyone, so I was really happy to have my copy here of Armageddon. It's a big box, really big one, so you see here it's really a thick, it's I guess double thickness of the, for example, of Betrayal of Calth, or any, most of the boxes are more or less 2/3 of this or half of this case in thickness. So there is a lot of content here. You will see that I remove, the terrain is not inside because I take it and I will show you how the terrain is looking like. We have several sprues of terrain, okay, and you see that the sprues are empty. It's because I use them, I wanted to assemble it, and I want to share with you my opinion about the terrain. So I will keep this separated, and inside you will find the scouts. Okay, for the scouts we have 2 sprues. We can make 10 scouts, are the same scouts as the Space Marines, and then we have these 2 sprues of orcs. Okay, and there is enough to make 11 orcs. Okay, so this is what we have. So we can make 10 boys and 1 knob. This is what we have here. Then we have dice and bases. This is the we have what we have seen and what have been shared maybe in other videos. We have the flamers. I go fast here because it's not where I want to pay attention. And then we have the tokens. Okay, so this is one part. Let me show you the book. The book I have outside because I was reading the book and I want also to share with you. So here we have the book. Okay, this is the book, the rule book, and yeah, we have a little bit of introduction. The content have a very short part of fluff, an introduction to explain you what's going on in Armageddon and why they kill teams. Okay, here we have a little bit of explanation. Then we have, of course, it's a full color book with nice pictures. Then we have the core rules. The rules are really Warhammer 2nd edition, if you are familiar with that, with some small changes. So the small changes I capture up to now is that you can pre-measure. The templates, of course, the templates is adapted to these templates now. Okay, and I think they were a little bit different templates from 2nd edition and also from Necromunda. The other thing that it was changed is that in the past you were able to stack saves, so you were able to do the armor save and then the invulnerable save. It's not the case anymore. So in the past methods you used to have only on top the 3+ on 2d6, and now they have the 3+ on 2d6 plus or the 5+ invulnerable save. So this, there are some small changes, but in essence it's more or less the same rules that we were using in 2nd edition, and it was the same rules that then were translated in Necromunda and I think also in Gorka Morka, if I am not wrong. Well, we have cover and the modifiers on the saves. Okay. All the diagrams, of course, now are a full color as we have used. Then we have the close combat. It's the very old style of the 2nd edition. So it's very. This is the thing that is most different from. This was the big change for me. The close combat was one of the big changes from 2nd to 3rd edition, and up to now. We are using the 3rd edition rules for close combat, more or less. But in 2nd edition was completely different the way the close combat was working. So this is, you will see that the close combat here is completely different. And then of course shooting is, the cover is, it's very different. It's adding negative modifiers to be hit. So So we again, here we have the rules, leadership, Then we have the advanced rules. So there was the rule that you can fall down if you're at the edge of terrain. Here we have rules for exploding weapons and straight shots and some of the rules. And then we have the armory with the weapon profiles. Okay, here we have all the armory. This is the armory of the weapons that are used by the armies that are here listed here. So we see heavy weapons, and then we have the armors, and yeah, you see that maybe we have the ones for and then we have ammunition and the gun sights and specialist equipment. So some special equipment, and then we have how to create a kill team. Okay, normally you just choose 1,000 points, and you keep with these 1,000 points you have to buy your guys and the equipment, and here we have the equipment, the scouts, the Space Marine scout kill teams. We have the Astra Militarum kill teams and the Orc Void kill teams. Okay, and these are what we have here. And after that we have this showcase of the terrain. Really thinking how we'll paint my terrain. This looks quite interesting for me to be painted. More showcase on the miniatures that comes in the box and some that you can add later on. We also have here the Militarum Tempestus. I think this, let me check just curious now. I see that the Militarum Tempestus, I don't think we have the Militarum Tempestus here. You can take the Astra Militarums, no. Better than Sergeant, better than Guardsman. I was thinking, I think the Militarum Tempestus should be operatives, and I forgot where they are, the operatives now. Okay, so you see, it's the normal, most likely, let me see, but you can take up as armor, so you can more or less use the Militarum Tempestus to use Astra Militarum with Caparas armor. So here we have more showcase of miniatures. It's the same miniatures that you use, and then we have the missions. Okay, the different missions that you can play. They go fast here, so we have missions, kill team, scavengers, hit and run, the raid, ambush and rescue, and then we have the rules for campaigns. Rules for campaigns have been simplified a lot compared to what we're using Necromunda. So basically you win points, and then you can use these points to buy abilities, and the abilities that you can use depends on what, so for example here we have if you are playing Cadians, depending if the trooper specialist or leader, you can choose from the different skills. And here we have the tables for Cadians, Catachans, Steel Legion, Goths, Blood Axes, Death Ghouls, Elsan, Bad Moons, Snake Bites, Sons of Gilman, Blood Angels, Salamanders, White Scars, Space Wolf, and Angels of Redemption. Okay, and yeah, we have here the different abilities. So if you take, for example, combat, then you use here and you take a new skill from combat. Okay, so these are the different skills that you can take, and here are the operatives. This is what I wanted to look. So the operative for the special Space Marines are the Apothecary Veteran, Terminator, and Death Watch Veteran. The one for Orcs are the Painboy, Mech. Okay, the Randheart with Wedgings and the Flash Gift. And for Astra Militarum is the Militarum Tempestus. Sion is an operative. Okay, and then we have at the end the reference. So this is a nice book. I'm quite familiar. I still remember the second edition rules, so it's not a bad system. And now I want to show you the terrain, and I want to talk about the modularity of the terrain. So we have two types of terrains. So we have this type of terrain like that, okay, and like that. This terrain have to be glued, and yeah, and it's just one piece. This is not okay. But then we have the platforms and the bridges, and this is one of the big platforms. Okay, this is, I have not glued anything here. Okay, these parts are clipped here. Okay, they have clips, and you clip it. Okay, and the same for these parts. So these are, you see there is holes, and you put them there. Of course, you have this that keeps the platforms together quite nicely, and some of them they don't fit very tight. I need to check, but this is how it looks like, the platform. Okay, we have this one, and then for example you can use this one and put, for example, this thing here. Okay, and you make this in one game. In another game this can go outside, and maybe you put something bigger, or just the deposit. So in that way you can, the terrain can look like different each time. Okay, so I will not glue the things together, I think. And then the other thing we have is the bridge. Okay, this is the bridge. The bridge will need, is not very stable, so you will need to support. Again, I did not glue anything here. So this part, you see, it's you can put it, and everybody can. You don't need to follow really the instructions. So you can put it in different places. I think this is quite neat, and the thing that maintains these things together is these pillars of the bridge. Okay, so normally what you want to do is you will place the bridge next to here, and then you can add these pieces, okay, when you play, and you can keep the bridge together with the thing, no? So I will just show you as an example. So you take it like that. I will put this here. Okay, and now the bridge is attached to that. Okay, and then we have this thing. Or you can do it here, or you can make, for example, the bridge off-centered. So, and this is one way to put the bridge. Let me take this out. And then we have the other one, that is this thing, and this deposit. This deposit you have to glue it. Okay. As you can see, I did not glue it. I don't think it's needed. And for example, you can glue the bridge coming to here. Okay. And you have now, it's quite stable, and you have this terrain ready to set up. You can put more or less things. I did not use, so then you have the stairs. I did not put the stairs can be put it. You see, you have the pin, so the stairs can be pinned anywhere on the terrain, so you can change the position. So I will not glue them. I have more, you have more tubes and more things that I did not use yet. You also have these things. These things are to put, so you see these ones have this thing, this pattern here. So I need to check where it goes, but I think this is mainly to cover. You can put it on this on the platforms to change how it's looking like. Okay, and then I will say that the game is coming with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of terrain, and there is only one sprue that is duplicated. So all these other sprues are different from each other. So what I wanted to show is, so the modality, really the modularity of this terrain is really good. I really like how it's playing. For example, you can do that, okay, and then you put this thing here, and you can add this thing on top of here, like it's the continuation of the deposit we have at the bottom can put it like that, okay, or like that, looking out, okay, and then we have, this means that is we have a big deposit going on. So let me take just the camera from here and show you what I mean. So you see here, this is how can look like, okay, and this is and then you can put other elements outside, so you have additional elements to be put. Just outside. Went for a couple of miniatures so you can see the scale of this thing. So this is really big scale, so you see this is looking very nice. Of course this is not enough to play the game. I think you need more terrain. If you have other terrain you can add to this, but yeah, I think it's a very nice terrain. So you see, so this is not enough to play. You need much more terrain than that to play, but I think this terrain is looking really nice, and you can make more things than what is on. I just went for what is explained. This is how it's explained on the how it's called this on the instructions. But of course here I can remove this one and I can put it outside, so then I have another piece of terrain down. We can put this, maybe change it by this, so you can do a lot of different things here, I think. So really happy how this terrain is looking like. And if you're interested in the terrain, technically Games Workshop will put more terrain out. So if you are interested in this terrain, it's really good. I'm very happy how this is working, and I told you I did not glue anything except of course these cylinders or the deposits. That is the only way, and the tubes, that is the only way to keep them together. So this is a one piece glued, so normally goes in 4 sections, and you see the gaps are not visible anymore, so, or very little visible. So it's very nice how this terrain is fitting together. I really like it, and I assembled this just this afternoon, so I wanted to do it just to show you how this terrain is looking like, and spend some time on the terrain. So that's all what I wanted to share. I hope you find this video interesting. Please leave in the comment below what do you think, and yeah, if you're looking for terrain, I would really recommend this new terrain that Games Workshop is putting with the launch of what's called Armageddon, Shadow War Armageddon. So that's all for now. I hope you find this interesting. Leave the comments below, give a like if you have liked it, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.